Welcome to Business Line's State of the Economy podcast, where you'll find insight, analysis, and the story behind the numbers.
Hello and welcome to Business Line podcast. I am S Ronendra Singh, and today we are going to talk about the tractors market in India. The retail sales of tractors in the domestic market has seen a decline of around 10% year-on-year to 54,492 units in September as against 60,321 units in September 2022. However, the market has seen a growth of 14% year-on-year in the first half of the current financial year to 4,44,340 units as compared with 3,89,815 units in the April-September period last year. So despite a slowdown in the last month, tractor sales have not been left behind in the overall growth narrative of the Indian automobile industry. According to industry veterans, this performance not only indicates a strong market demand, but also creates a positive sentiment in the domestic tractors market, especially during the festive season. However, in the exports market, companies are seeing the decline in sales on year-on-year basis for the last 6 months. For instance, Mahindra has seen a decline of 35% year-on-year to 6,346 units as compared with 9,744 units in the April-September last fiscal year. Similarly, Escorts Kubota has also seen a decline of 35% year-on-year to only 2,907 units in the last 6 months as compared with 4,496 units in the corresponding period in FY 22-23. However, Hoshiarpur-based tractor manufacturer International Tractors Limited, which makes Sonalika and Solis brands of tractors, exported 17,954 units in the April-September period, becoming the number one exporter in the market. The company has also launched 5 new tractors recently, including an electric tractor model named Solis SV Series. The company aims to double its exports in the next few years and reach 1 lakh units of exports by 2030 from around 35,000 units right now. It also aims to be the number one company in 25 countries by 2030. It already has the leadership position in more than 15 countries, including Hungary, Portugal, Iceland, Germany, France, Finland, Czech Republic, Nepal, and Myanmar. Volume-wise, the company exports the highest to markets like Brazil, Turkey, and the US right now. Speaking to Business Line, Gaurav Saxena, Director and Chief Executive Officer, International Business at International Tractors Limited, shares more in this podcast. So Gaurav, welcome to the Business Line podcast, and today we'll talk about tractors industry in India. To start with, I'm going to ask you, what is the current scenario in the market? How is the demand and what is the market growth looking like?
Thank you. The overall industry is in the degrowth, and because of the geopolitical scenario, some constraints, disturbances in different parts of the world. And we are also affected. But fortunately, looking into our reach in the different segments, different markets, we have still managed to be at par than last year. And in this process, we have also gained our significant market share.
What about in domestic market?
Domestic actually is also, I think there is almost same as last year. Information, because I am not taking care of this part. But I think domestic market, we have gained market share. I think it is 115%. And industry is almost at par. I think 1% here and there. So it's a very stable industry.
Okay. What about on customer sentiments? How is it positive, or how does it look like, especially with the festive season going on in India right now?
I think everyone is positive, because I think in most of the part of country it was okay average monsoon. I think people are, even our company and other companies are very optimistic for the upcoming festive season. This is what information I get from my colleagues in domestic advertising.
Which are the markets which are picking up right now in India, and going forward, do you think other markets are also coming up which are emerging as a new market for the tractors in India?
Because for us, in India, it is the UP, which is our biggest market. But we have a significant presence in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra. And these markets are also picking up from last. Yeah. And especially the Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu are also the markets where market is growing, and especially for ITL. These are the focus markets, and we have seen a significant growth for our tractors in these states.
Okay. And what are the categories which sell the most in India? I mean, what horsepower, which range is in demand in India more than as compared to international markets?
Actually, in India, the major market segment is 30 HP to 60 HP. Whereas if you look into export market, it is below 30 HP and above 60 HP. So there's a different portfolio and different customer profile.
And in terms of exports, Gaurav, what are the markets which are picking up the most, and is India looking at new markets to enter in the coming year?
Actually, Indian tractors have gained acceptance globally because of its quality, as well as most of the other tractor manufacturers, they have now their base in India. Considering the size of the Indian market as well as the cost of production, we strongly believe that few countries which are growing despite of the little bit slowdown. If you look into Turkey, which is also a very fast growing market where we have a focus, Thailand is a growing market, Bangladesh is a very growing market, Brazil is also picking up, and for us, the Oceania region, that is Australia and other markets, are also a focus markets where we could see a significant growth in our volumes as well as the industry growth also. And this trend, I think, will continue for another 6 months or 1 year.
Okay, and what are the developed markets which are already there and which have more in demand, like the US or Latin America or Africa? Can you share some light on that?
Actually, if we leave China part, then the biggest market for us is USA outside India, which is about 2.5 lakh tractors. And all the major players have a presence. We have entered just 2 years back, and we have started making good entry into this segment. But currently we have a limited product range, and we expect that this product range, which is expected to grow in next couple of months and year, we will have a significant market share in USA. Similarly, if we see the developed countries like Western European markets or some of the Latin America countries and South Africa, these are the areas where the focus is more from our side. And in the segments where we have a presence still, 110 horsepower in stage 5 and stage 3 segment, we strongly consider that these are going to add bigger volumes in our portfolio.
And what are the size of the market like in developed countries like in the US or Brazil? Can you share some numbers on that for overall industry?
US is about 2.5 to 2.75 lakhs. And the second largest market is Turkey, which is about 70,000. And the third in row is Brazil, is about 50,000. And Thailand is also 50,000. These are the big markets. Otherwise, there are many other countries like Germany is 35,000. France is also 30,000. But if we say 50,000 and above, these are the major countries.
Okay. So what is your projection for the tractor market next year, domestic as well as exports? Do we see much growth there, double-digit growth, or?
For us, we expect that for ITM and the export market, we forecast about 15 to 20% growth next year, considering our network and the new product portfolio which we have developed. And I think domestic market is also growing for us, and it should continue to show a positive growth next year.
And also some players are talking about autonomous tractors. They are already in test phase. So how soon do you think such kind of tractors coming into picture in the market? Are there any demand for that, domestic as well as internationally?
Actually, we have also initiated a project, and it has come to a stage. But it is a very niche market. Definitely, if you talk about India market, a very niche market somewhere. But in other countries, even the developed countries, this segment is not picking up that fast. I think it will take some time for this driverless tractor and the autonomous tractor to work. But yes, in some segments where it is mainly in the orchard segments where, a narrow tractors are required for spraying application, In some application, there is a possibility for the autonomous, but otherwise, I think it's too early for us to predict at how the market will go towards autonomous.
Right. What about on the alternate fuels? Government is also talking about a lot of alternate fuel in automotive sector. What about for tractor sector? Is there any kind of work which is going on?
Already giving some alternate fuel compliant tractors in few markets like Indonesia, where it is B30, in Brazil it is B50. So this is biofuels which are there. But for India and the European and American market, there is no development currently. Like, people are working on the alternate fuel, but it is at a very, very elementary stages.
Mm-hmm. The government was talking about something like diesel will go away. I mean, they'll tax diesel so much that people will stop buying diesel vehicles or diesel tractors. What is your comment on that? Would tractor industry be able to do without diesel in the future?
First of all, we must separate the auto and the tractor. If you talk about diesel and the pollution, it is mainly in the cities.
Right.
But if you really see where the tractors are operated, these are the farmland area and the villages inside. Even we strongly believe the customers will not be able to take that burden to take the cost up and trying to, it is not a return on investment for them. I think it is too early to say for the tractors. But yes, for small tractors, there is a huge possibility.
Okay.
For 26 HP tractors, where it can go to electric. But beyond that, because the applications are so different.
Right.
And the huge torque is required, and then the tractor run for 8-10 hours during the day. And how much charging, where the charging is possible, whether in the villages, where the electricity is not 24 hours, where this charging will happen. It's too early to say. But yes, for smaller compact segment, yes, there is a scope for electric.
Okay. Talking about cost, Gaurav, what about the raw material and parts which are also going up and which has already gone up for, whether it is steel or some other part or some other component which has gone up. Is that impacting the tractor industry as well?
Actually, when this conflict has started about 1.5 years back, it had a huge impact on our input cost, material cost, logistics cost. But we have seen that it is stepping down, and in last 6 months, there is a huge drop in the commodity prices.
Okay.
Logistics prices.
Okay.
Still, it has not reached to the pre-COVID level. But still now it is much more comfortable.
Okay.
Because during that period, two things have impacted us very badly. First is the change in the emission norms. So the new technology was required. Relation in the engine, it has taken the cost up. Plus the logistics cost and the material cost. So all this is impacted, and it has taken the prices, maybe in some cases 20-30% up.
Okay.
But now other things will not change, like the cost for the engine and the other components. But the logistics cost has come down. In some cases, it has come down by 30-40%.
Okay.
And the material cost also dropped. Even the steel prices have dropped significantly. I hope this trend will continue.
Okay. So next year we see a positive trend and positive.
Unless there are more conflicts, does not happen in the world.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you so much.
Thank you.